When it comes to content, you need to have strategy. And oftentimes we're starting our business and we're just shooting content, we're shooting reels, we're creating carousels, and we're wondering to ourselves, okay, how come it's not hitting? How come it's not sticking? But again, there is a specific strategy and secret to scaling content on social media in this digital economy. And I'm super excited today and honored to have one of my past clients, Dr. Akani. You can find him on social media at Dr.Salako, that's Salako on social media. And he's here today to share his specific, unique story of how he has been able to grow his social media from 7,000 followers all the way to about 80,000 followers just over the past 60 or so days. He's also been able to leave his full-time job. He's now generating consistent 5+ figure months, and he has more time freedom to spend with his family. He is a wellness expert, helping women on the go transform their bodies and improve their energy, losing anywhere from 30 to 50+ pounds in a healthy and sustainable way. And if you know yourself that you want to drop your next 20 to 30 pounds, he is your guy. He has a free community where he offers weekly tips, advice, guides to help you reach those goals, fitness or nutrition. So without further ado, I want to bring Dr. Akani on.
Hello, what's good? Hello. I said, what's good? Hello, everybody. I am excited to be here.
Yeah, no, so first of all, I would just love, I gave the brief introduction, but I would love for you to share, personally, who you are, who you help serve, and what really inspired you to enter this fitness business space.
Yeah, so my name is Dr. Akani. I'm a physical therapist, but I'm also a personal trainer, mindset coach, and like a transformation specialist. Who I serve is busy women who have a specific body goal, but time is a factor. Knowing what to do is a factor. Nutrition is an issue, and that's where I step in to kind of create a program and create something that is, one, sustainable for you. I'm big on sustainability. I hate fad diets. I hate the quick fixes because you get the goal, but then you end up losing everything because it's not sustainable. So I'm big on sustainability. I serve women. Most of my clients are 40 and up. They're busy professionals who don't really have that much time to spend in the gym. I'm a father. I got a 1-year-old who kept me up all night, so I'm on 20% sleep. I got a beautiful wife, and we are currently in Nebraska making it happen.
Oh, I love that. You know what? I didn't know you were in Nebraska.
Unfortunately, yes.
I thought for some reason, even though I knew the time difference, I always thought you were in DC. I don't know why I thought that.
I just moved. I was in the DMV area in December. I moved here in December, and we've been here since. But in December again, we probably either gonna move back to the DMV area or go to Dallas. We on the fence trying to figure it out.
Well, obviously, I love the East Coast, even though I'm in the South. But if you were in the DMV, that's not that far. I don't know how far Nebraska is though. But what would you say as an online business owner? And you were recently in person. Did you have your own studio?
No,
or were you working
therapist?
Yeah, physical therapist. That's what I meant. I know you were a physical therapist, but did you have your own studio, or were you working in another, an office?
Oh no, I was working for it's called McCullough Physical Therapy. So I was working for someone.
Okay, and so what would you say over the course of your journey with your online business, building your online business, some of the biggest challenges and struggles that you felt that you were facing on your journey to where you are today?
If I had to be real, I was the biggest struggle in the beginning, because I remember it was funny. I was listening back to a coaching call when we were in BTU, and on the call it was me saying that I don't know how to talk to women because I don't know how they're going to resonate with me, and saying my thoughts are how I thought people perceived me. And then I was in my own way because I'm a physical therapist and I want to do physical therapy, but I want to do fitness. I'm people want to be functional, so I was projecting my insecurities, my thoughts on how people operate on people. And then once I moved myself out of the way, and it was bro, it's not about you. People gonna perceive you how they perceive you. But once I moved myself out of the way and just focused on the audience, that's when the changes started happening. Because it was for me, I tell my story, but I don't tell my story when it comes to fitness, because I'm talking to women. They don't care about what I got going on. I'm in shape in their eyes. So for them, if you're a 200-pound woman, you don't want to hear from this guy who got abs. You don't want to hear his story. So it was I'm gonna move myself out of the way and I'm gonna tell your story from my point of view. And once I kind of moved me out of the way, that's when things started rolling.
I love that. When you started doing the storytelling and you had to basically go into the lens of your potential client, how were you able to do that? Did you do market research? Was it from past clients? If you could share with people, because I think there's a lot of people that are also in their way where they're thinking about how am I perceived, or they're only putting out their own perspective versus thinking
Yeah.
about what the client wants, what the client needs. And so how are you able to make that shift?
So it was a lot of calls. Like, I think, what was it? The month of, what are we in, June, April? Like from January to like 2 months ago, it was a bunch of, I just got on calls and it was a lot of no's, a lot of like not closing. And it was just, okay, I'm taking it in and kind of hearing the same thing. And then while I was like growing, I put filters out there, like the Facebook group started growing a little bit. One of the questions was, what is your biggest struggle? What is your biggest struggle? And like, what is the goal? So I just took the things that they were saying. And then a lot of research on like just going on other people's pages. Cause there's a guy, Sayat Fitness. I follow him. I follow like 4 people who have 500K followers, and I'll just go through their comments and see the stuff that like people are saying. So I'm like, okay, everyone's struggling with this. Let me make a piece of content about it. And then I think with like fitness professionals, what we do is we have a way and a method of how we want to go about things. So it's like, you're telling people, hey, you need to get in shape. Hey, you need to exercise. Hey, you need to do this. But how do you talk to the person who's sitting at their desk, hasn't exercised in a couple months, and you want them to go from their desk to the gym on a treadmill? Like, how do you bridge the gap? So that's where I was like, okay, I'm gonna go stepwise. Okay, you're at your desk. How do I get you to start walking in the afternoon? Okay, we check that box. Let's go for a walk after work. How do I get you to do something in the morning? So like the stepwise to getting to the gym, I think once I started dialing in there, then it was like they started resonating with me because they felt understood.
Yeah, I love that. As you're taking them through a journey from where they are, like they're at the desk, to they know they need to get moving, they just don't know how. And you're really bridging that gap, and you're guiding them through like the baby steps, the basics. And that's really what it takes, is getting into your client's head and making it in a, I guess, elementary way, so it simplifies the process and it is sustainable. And through that method, have you seen like lots of success for your clients? Like they have gotten up from the office desk, they are now maybe going for walks, they are now maybe on the treadmill. Have you seen that happen?
Yeah, the wildest thing to me is like the DMs that I'll get are people DMing me saying like, thank you for your workouts. I've been doing them for X amount of time. I got a DM the other day and some lady was like, I lost 22 pounds. Your workouts have been super helpful. And I'm like, yo, that's fire. Cause I don't even know this lady. I didn't know she was watching all this stuff, but seeing people win just from the content. And then like in the comments, I think my audience is starting to get to know me. They know that I'm gonna joke around, I'm gonna give you education, and then I'm gonna tell you what the real is. And like a post I gave before, somebody was like, you're gonna stop coming for our next. And it just lets me know that people are actually paying attention to the things that I'm saying, and they know it's from a good place. So it's like really trying to resonate with them. And I treat it as, bro, I'm just talking to a friend. Like, yeah, I don't know you, but at the end of the day, I'm talking to you like I would talk to my wife.
Yes, that is powerful. It comes to the communication. And I think also sometimes people, when it comes to creating content, they feel like they have to come off a certain way or be somebody else. They're unsure how to connect. But like you just said, it's having a conversation with a friend, like you're having a conversation with your wife, your husband, whoever. And that's really key. And so if we can now break down a little bit of the strategy.
Yeah.
Because you're putting out consistent content. You've been putting out consistent content for a while. And I specifically want to share this one here that basically has done
said it all.
Where is it? Oh, it's not pinned anymore. But
no, it's pinned on the right there.
This one is the post that really has resonated with so many people. I feel like, I don't know where it's at 70, but over across all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And this one has really helped grow your group, which I want to, I'll share the group here in a second. But if you can tell me a little bit about this content strategy, because this is what I've been trying to come into people, where you're really like, you're calling people out, you're giving the value, and then you obviously have a specific call to action as well.
Yeah. So for that specific, it's funny because it was a span of time where, like 2 months ago, it was a span of time where I could kind of predict how many followers I would have by the end of the week based off of what I was putting out. And it's funny because there's a lot of fitness professionals that don't post exercise videos. And I'm like, that's what they're coming to us for. So I have every day, I was posting 3 times a day and it was burning me out. I was like, bumping, I'm only gonna post twice. I post twice a day at the same times every day, and once on the weekends. So during the week, I'll post 1 workout video every day because that's my growth content. Because I know it's gonna get a lot of saves, a lot of shares. And every single thing, it's busy professor or busy ladies, X, Y, and Z. Ladies, X, Y, and Z. So off the rip, they know who it's for. And then I'll post that every day, fitness related content, whether it's a workout, me explaining something, anything fitness related, exercise. That's my first piece of content. Sometimes I post it second, depending on the time, but it at least goes out that day for growth. The second piece of content is where I get like niche specific of, I'm either talking about nutrition or I'm talking about like how to navigate exercise. It's something where it's just super relatable, but it's breaking down a common fitness myth. And those are kind of like my two pieces of content: exercise video, talking. And I'll play around with the call to action sometimes, like read the caption. In the caption, my captions are long, but that's when it's really, we're having a conversation of, okay, this is what I know you're thinking. This is where you kind of need to shift your mindset a little bit. Okay, this is an action you have to take. And in the beginning of the week, it's really like, okay, let's motivate a little bit. Middle of the week, I'm on your head. End of the week, let's check back in. What did you do this week? You was playing around. I'm gonna give you some tough love. And then on the weekend, whatever did well during the week, I just posted again on the weekend. Because don't know if I got time to reshooting content. So I just repost it. And I haven't gotten a message, knock on wood, that like, oh, you posted this during the week, because people don't pay that much attention. So it's like, I'm reusing what I posted during the week and it works.
Oh, I love that. So, okay. So you'll say if a post does well, like during the week, you'll repost it on a Saturday.
Yeah. So if it's like between Monday and Thursday, because my Friday posts are kind of like, I just put something out there, like mostly exercise really, because people are on the move. They don't got time to sit here and listen to me talk. So Monday through Thursday, whatever does well, I'll post that. I'll take one. And like, let's say I had one video, it was like 20K on Tuesday. I took that exact same video, posted exact video, caption. I'll change the cover photo, so when you go to my feed, it looks different. I'll post it on Saturday. And then sometimes I'll change it. Like this past weekend, I posted something on Tuesday. It didn't do that well. Like for my audience, it didn't do that well. So I posted the exact same thing on Saturday. I changed the hook in the beginning and it did better. So like the same piece of content, just reposting the same week. And people are still commenting and like, they like it because it with exercise content, there's only so many exercises. So you gotta like, it's the same workout. And if someone comments, I've seen this already, I'm like, well, did you do it? If not, okay, we'll do it again. Like, so what?
I love that. I hope you guys are taking notes right now. That was a gem right there. Don't recreate the wheel. If you had a piece of content do well, repost the exact same thing. And as Akani said, change the cover, change the hook, but use the exact same thing. Repurpose your content. That's powerful. And it's still performing. I love it. And so through these strategies and these consistencies, I also want to ask, like, what was like the mindset shift that you needed? So I know you said you were in your way.
Yeah.
Like on those months where it's like, man, I'm on all these calls, nothing's happening. I'm pushing out all this content, posting 3 times a day. I'm being burnt out. Like, it's got to shake. How did you keep pushing through to like, you know what, I'm going to keep going up, keep going. I'm going to keep showing up, going live. Like, tell me about that.
So it was real live. I probably cried like so many times in this process. Like I've had like 4 failed launches where I put my all out there. Recently, before I even started doing them on Instagram, I had one more launch, no sales, no nothing. And I remember sitting here like, God, I don't know what the heck is going on. And I posted on TikTok in January. I was like, I'm lost, don't know what I'm doing with my life. And there's a lot of fail in my eyes where I saw as failures along the way. But now I'm like, it was preparing me, because if I'd have got what I had now back then, I wouldn't have been ready. Because it was things along the journey that I had to learn. And one of the things that's helped me a lot, there's this book, I have it pulled up right here. It's called The Go-Giver. I would highly recommend anybody to read it. The Go-Giver.
The Go-Giver.
Yeah. And that book changed my approach, because I know in BT we talked about this too, like we're afraid to give value because we think we're giving away our secret sauce. And it's like, and then we get on these sales calls and we're like, okay, I'm gonna lose this sale if I give too much. And it's like, you can't lose something you never had. Because now, you make the sale and it's on like, it's a $500 sale, $200, whatever. It's only gonna cover you for so much. Like go in it not feeling desperate, and like on the back end, God will take care of you. So then with the Go-Giver, one of the things is the law of value, which is your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. The second one, the law of compensation. Your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. The law of influence, your influence is determined by how abundantly you place others people's interests first. The law of authenticity, the most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. And then the law of receptivity, the key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. So after I read that book, it was like, bro, I'm just gonna give it all away. Whatever's in my mind, whatever it is, I'm just gonna give it all away. And that's where that post came from. It was like, ladies, if you're over 200 pounds, these are the things that you need to do to succeed. And that's kind of how all my posts are. I want you to win from my content. And then on the back end, if you want to work with me, let's make it happen. Because 9 times out of 10, people consume information, but it's like when you go to church, you consume, you hear the word, but it comes in the application of it. The application is the missing piece. And then the accountability, because people can do what we do themselves, but they lack the accountability. They lack the application. That's where we come in. So it's like, I'm gonna give it all away. Everything that I know, I'm gonna give it all away. And on the back end, I'm gonna just trust that people are gonna like see that it's authentic and want to work with me. Because it was something I posted on TikTok, like saying the exact same thing of, bro, I'm just gonna give y'all everything that I have in my mind. And just because I can't gatekeep good health, like God gave me a gift, who am I to hold it? I'm gonna give it all away and just hope on the back end He's gonna take care of me. And people resonated with that. The post did well. It brought in more people of just being real. And then it's like your income. Now, even in my messaging when I talk to people, it's like, how can I serve you? Everything. People that work with me, I tell them, it's like, how can we serve you? Because at the end of the day, we're providing a service. We want to make sure that you feel we're not just taking your money and it's like, oh yeah, let's make this profit, this piece. It's like, how can I serve you so that you can move in purpose?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Listen, the bars, you guys, the bars that he is dropping. Listen, I haven't read that book, but I wrote it down because I'm going to read that book. The law of value, the law of compensation, the law of influence, the law of authenticity, and the law of say it for me.
Receptivity.
But no, that's so true. And it's really, that's also a mindset shift. When you shift your mindset of like, oh, I'm in need. But no, like God is going to provide, and you have a giving heart, a service heart. And I also do believe like give so much value. Some people are like, oh my gosh, you're just giving away all these tips for free. Like you're even telling us how to do it. Like, yeah, because even if I can tell you everything, but like you said, the actual application, the accountability, that's where someone's going to need you. And like you have women losing 22 pounds just off of your content. That's value in itself. Like you're changing people's lives. That is so powerful and so amazing. And if you can share now, like if you're open to like sharing numbers and stats, I know we've talked about it before, but based off of, okay, now you have switched up your messaging, you've even switched up your branding, you switched up the mindset of how you approach social media and even content from a service-based heart and a giving heart. What has that done for your numbers? So we see the growth. So I'm going to come back and share the screen again. You guys see this number, he's almost at 80,000 organic growth with people that are actually there. If you come into the comments, I was just scrolling through, people are actually here raising their hand.
Ladies, if you have a weight loss,
they're raising their hand, like again, specific strategies to speaking to as women, but people are raising their hand saying help. And then obviously you have a strategy to follow up with them afterward. But if you can walk me through the numbers, just to let people know, okay, this didn't happen overnight. Akani just also shared that, he had moments like, oh my gosh, I've failed, all this failure, crying, sleepless nights, but staying diligent through the storm. If you can walk me through just the stats, like not only numbers, but leads. I also seen your Facebook group. I don't know if you know the number that it was before. We're almost at 4K in your Facebook group. Yeah, go ahead.
It's funny because I didn't even know that, because I got an automation to put people in, because it was like, I don't got time to be looking through there. I got an automation that filters that, so I never keep track of numbers, but that's funny. So 2020, I started BT 2021. Or was it 2022? It was 2022. 2021, I probably made like barely like 1,000 for real. 2021, 2022, I had an increase after BTU, and I made my investment back. And I remember, I think I put that in there. It was like a 200% increase, but max, I think I only made like 6,000-7,000 that year. And then this, what year are we? 2023, January through March, 0. I think I had one sale actually. It was like March, April. Yeah, March I made 3,000 in March. And then April is when I had my launch and a lot of change. So April, in the last 2 weeks of April, I hit, it was 18K in revenue. And then in cash, I think it was like 6,000 or 7,000 in cash. But I didn't like it because I was like, ooh, but the revenue, now I gotta like make sure to get my money on the back end, I gotta put in more work. I gotta, fulfill anyway, but I'd rather have it up front, because now I can move and shake, and like, because I hired someone, so I gotta make sure they're taken care of. So then this month, I was like, my push is to get more people to pay in full. So now I shift the offer, shift the messaging, and now where are we at right now? So now in one day, I made 6K in one day. And then right now cash wise. In revenue, we are like 12. In cash, we're at like 11. So it worked. It's shifting it around. So now it's like, okay, the cash is there. The rest of the month, like I'm not cruising the rest of the month. My goal the rest of the month is like to have a 30K month, because now I can really like do some damage, because we haven't even touched ads yet. So the goal is to eventually get into ads, but my goal is like, I need to take care of me, because I got debt. I got to take care of me. I got to take care of my team member to make sure she knows that she's like fully appreciated. Mm-hmm. And then we just fulfill and keep rinse and repeat right now. Because I'm not even in a launch. This is just from like overflow from the last month. Yeah, overflow from the last launch. I'm talking to people who like booked from the last launch now. So it's like overflow and then just consistent. Because I reach out to, between me and her, we probably reach out to 100 people a day. Like just in comments, DMs. We have a tracker. Yesterday, she reached out to 40 people yesterday, and it's great because I reached out to like 5. But this is why you hire. So it's like daily. At the end of each week, our goal is 400 people to talk to, and like at least send out 50 calendars and try to get minimum 10 people on the calendar.
Yeah, I love this. You guys hear the numbers. The key is tracking. So Akanni started creating the content. He also hired. The key with hiring is going to help you save so much time and energy. So don't think of hiring as like, oh my gosh, I'm spending all this extra money. You're going to be saving so much time. Akanni just said she reached out to, what did you say? Like 30 people yesterday. Like 30 people, and you reached out to 5, because that would have been so much if Akanni was by himself, reaching out to all these people, following up to all these people. And he's tracking the metrics, he's tracking the numbers. Okay, I want to hit this goal this week. Let's get on this many calls. These are things that you want to think about when it comes to the growth of your business. No, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And then how many clients, when you say launch, if you can explain launch to people, like did you launch a webinar? Did you just launch your offer? Like, can you explain that a little bit? So
I would do, well, at least for right now, I'm not gonna say I don't do big webinars. Just because I suck at them. They don't work. I've tried it 4 times. It didn't work. So now it's like, that's a problem for later. And it may have been the messaging and how I went about it. But now what I do, we call it an individual masterclass, where it's whatever I was going to do in the launch, I was doing a sales call. So now when I do my launches, my goal is to just book up my calendar. If I get my calendar full, and if I, even at low end, I close 10%, I made some money. So that's how I kind of go about my launches. And my last launch was really well. It was only 5 days, like 5 days of promo, but it worked because it's different, because I'm promoting, like I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, a Facebook group. So I'm promoting across all of these places at the same time. And it got to a point where it was like, our calendar was booked. I'm almost booked up for July now, and I haven't done a lot. So it's like being at all these places helps. And then having an email list, because you see me all the time. You're probably annoyed by me if you're in somewhere in my community, because it's like I'm everywhere, which helps.
No, omnipresence. I just love how because I tell people that all the time, you need to be everywhere. And if you're just starting out, just focus on one platform. It could be overwhelming. But as you heard Akanni say, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook groups. He's everywhere. He's posting everywhere. He's emailing. If you don't have a list, you definitely also need to make sure you're building your list. And how many emails would you say you send out a week?
I'm terrible. Because I'm realistically, like, I got to send one out. I probably send like 1 or 2 a month, but it's because like my focus right now is on the front end and not really building. I don't want to sound like, we can focus on
that later. Let's just say we can focus on like, right now the organic method's working, but email will be a whole nother area where you can net capture. But I would say then you need to at least have another person, because you're going to have an even more influx of lead flow coming in. So, but no,
that's Tuesday. Tomorrow I'm getting on a call and we're going to finish because I have a lead magnet, and that's going to be released this week, and that's going to bring the email list. Because my email list is like, it's doing really well. It's just I don't reach out to them. So once I start implementing that, because in the launch, I was like, I didn't even use my email list for the launch. So imagine if I utilize the email list on top of everything else, then we'll actually start making some noise.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And there was something else I want to say. Also, with the launch, just to elaborate on that. So essentially, instead of doing like a full webinar with tons of people in the room, you're really just booking a call, and you're taking people through that presentation on the call. So they get to learn everything, learn their pain points, your offer, and then, hey, here's this offer, here's how you can work with me. Yeah,
for sure. And for my process, like by the time, it's nice now because I have a person. Before having her, it was like, okay, I'm gonna just call you. We get on a call. Hey, how are you? Because 15 minutes, I don't gotta get on Zoom. We get on a call. Hey, I just want to know if you're a good fit. Essentially, I ask you questions based on the application. Cool, we're a good fit. We get on a game plan call. Now it's like her name's Kalisa. She does the first call, butters them up, makes sure they know like everything about us, who we are, how we serve people. And then by the time they get to me, now it's like, okay, because on a sales call, I don't want to say I sell in the standpoint, because they're like, it's literally, I do the same exact thing of, okay, this is your goal. This is where you currently are. I create a game plan for them. So it's like, okay, we need, for exercise, these are the things we need to do. Nutrition, these are the things we need to do. And then now you have a decision. Do you want to go do these things on your own, or do you want to partner with me so I can help you get there? And most of the time people are like, I've gotten here by myself. Let me partner with you. What does that look like? Once they say, what does that look like? Then I'm like, oh, you're just giving me the opportunities to tell you what I do. And then I pitch.
Yeah, no, I love it. And so on that call, you really don't have to do a presentation. They're already sold from the triage call, the first call. And then when they get on you, it is a closing call. You just are now literally giving them kind of like a customized game plan. And then it's like, okay, what's the best card that we could put on file, essentially? Yeah, I love that. So how many people would you say you've enrolled since implementing this strategy? Like, how many people do you have now in your community?
It's funny, I was looking through that today. I think we have 14 current clients in like my main hub. And then there's like little freebies and like nutrition stuff. But all in all, I want to say it's like, because I just had an upgrade trainer rise. So I think 17 in total. And then, that's for that. And everything else is like steadily growing. But my goal this month is 12 a month. 12 a month should consistently get us to that 30K month. So yeah.
And then if you don't mind me asking what your price point is, if you're comfortable sharing, just to let people know, especially in the fitness space, what price point you can actually charge.
Yeah, so it varies. Like my low end is 97. But then if you're wanting like a lot, because at the end of the day, it's time. And you're getting my time, my expertise, and my high end, like my middle, I'll say the high, but my middle is 1,800 for my middle. And then my high, it really depends on what they need. And how before I struggled with trying to offer that price. Because it was in my mind, I was like, why am I charging people this much just for exercise? But then I was looking down on me. I'm like, bro, you have your doctorate. You've been doing this since 2016. It's like, essentially, it's your time. Like with lawyers, you're paying them for their time. What's going to take you years to figure out, I can help you get there in a short amount of time. So I'm giving you your time back. That's invaluable. So I have to charge a higher price because I'm investing my education into you. And that's kind of how I go about it with there. But you said something I just remembered from the content piece. Yes, focus on one platform, but you can do all platforms at the same time. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. I just repost what I put on Instagram.
The short video.
Yeah, I just put it on Instagram. My YouTube, I don't really have like long videos, but whatever I put on on Instagram, I put everywhere else. And then TikTok, I do on TikTok sometimes like do a video naturally to TikTok, but I don't think people realize how TikTok is easy. Like just get on there and talk. People don't care. Like it doesn't have to be fancy. Get on there and talk. I made a video yesterday. I was walking my son. Put on the camera, I made the video. I wasn't shaved or nothing. It's doing well. It's at like 10K views right now. It's like, I want to say like 40 comments. And it's just me talking and relating to people.
That's one thing I love about the TikTok platform versus Instagram. I feel like Instagram, you got to be a little bit more curated, a little bit more but on TikTok, you can just be raw, real, like unedited, uncut. And people, like angles don't have to be right. Sometimes even the lighting doesn't even have to be on point. And it will still perform. No, thank you for adding that. That is definitely true. And so overall, I want to ask, so what success have you seen overall through your whole growth process within coaching and then with the content over the course from the time I met you till today?
Yeah, I think I'm more dialed in now. When it comes to Instagram, my messaging, everything is more dialed in. And before going on live, I still get nervous sometimes, but it's I honestly, I say the same thing all the time, but people don't realize it because I'm saying it the same thing 1,000 different ways because I see what works. I see what people resonate with, but it's like how there's different ways people learn. Some people are visual, some people are audio, whatever the word is, but I say the same thing a bunch of different ways. And I think that has been the biggest piece of confidence of, I know who I am and how I'm going to show up. And I'm coming with energy every single time because nobody want to listen to you if you're all sad. And even if I'm not really in the mood, it's it's not about you. At the end of the day, it's about the people that you're trying to serve. So I got to show up in purpose all the time. If I'm tired, then just don't do it. If you're not going to show up the right way, just don't do it. But I think that's been the biggest piece of, we're here. And the last law, opening yourself up to receiving. Mm-hmm. And I'm in that space now of, we didn't put in the work. Now I'm receiving, but I'm still serving at the same time.
I love that. And Just, you drop so many bars, so many gems just for people who are in this space, who are looking to create content, who are looking to grow their business, who are looking to actually serve, but then how to actually serve and show up consistently. And so for someone who maybe never has like invested in their business for growth, for a change, what would you say to someone who's like possibly where you were starting out?
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
So investing is terrifying because it is highly terrifying. Investing in BTU at the time, I was terrified. I was like, what the heck? Because I think I approach life, I think it's strong, but I don't know what it is. But I was like, bro, I always feel like I'm about to get scammed. So I was like, I will invest, and God, it's up to you. Investing in BTU, it worked out. And then it was like, I hit a point though, because I got bills, I got a family, I got to figure it out. So then I've had my business since 2016. It was not 2016, like 2021 or something earlier. And what I did was like I applied for business credit. So then that helped. Applying for business credit, I opened up like 3-4 credit cards, and I was just like, it's on the business. Yeah, it's attached to me, but it's the business money. God will figure that out. So then I have a coach, and he's like, you can't for your business, you can't expect to make all this money if you haven't invested in it. So however much you invested into your business, if you were making that right now monthly, would you be satisfied? And I'm like, for me, yeah, we didn't put a lot into this thing. Because there was in January, I invested, no, December, my business credit got approved, and I thought my problem was content. So then I invested into this like marketing team. There was 15K invested into it. It was terrible. Like I don't know if you noticed, January, my content shifted a little bit. January to about like the 3 months, January, February, March. January to March, my content shifted a bit, but it was a headache throughout it. They were posting across all platforms. My views, everything dropped significantly. It was bad. And like, it was terrible. And I had a choice of, I can still try to work with these people for this 15K. I tried to like dispute the contract, all of that. But like, I can still work with y'all for 15K and like waste my time. Or I could just say, chalk it here, take your money. It is what it is. I lost the money. I'm gonna get on the back end. I left. And then I got in with a different program, and then another 10K. So I invested another 10K. So that's like 25K minus the other 10K that I've invested over time from like dumb stuff I thought I needed, websites, brand images, all this stuff that's really, I don't even use now. So I'm like, I'm 35K in, but it's now I'm on the back end and it's starting to come back. And I'm like, I think one of my toxic trait is like, if it comes to my dreams about business, I'm going to spend it. And listen, I don't care what it is. There was a little $300 thing that I bought for my back end, like to build out Notion for me. Like $300, that just saved me 3 hours. Swipe it. There was an Instagram little, it was like a $30 thing of, he tells you exactly what to post for like 30 days. I was like, $30? Here, spend it. Because at the end of the day, like, it's going to hurt either way. I'm either going to be sad because I didn't reach my goals, or I'm going to, it's going to work out. So God, you're going to take care of this debt.
No, but no, I love that your transparency. Like, I dropped this. This was absolutely terrible. Didn't work. But it's like lessons learned. And at the end of the day, you still were making those tweaks and those changes, and you were implementing you found the like the golden nugget, like the golden strategy. It's working.
I just remembered this. Mm-hmm. Sorry to cut you. I just remembered it. Stop, like you mentioned earlier, stop trying to recreate the wheel. What worked for me was, even Instagram is kind of like trying to push people to do it too. If you go on your Reels feed, you'll see some people's content, there's a template. Literally, especially for like exercise videos, excuse me, if a video from someone does really well, I'm going to go do that exact same video. I mess around, use the template if I have an option. I'll use the template, use the same call to action. I'll mix up the exercises to be my own. Mm-hmm. Change the hook whatever that thing is at the end. Change the hook, change the call to action, put that out there. Because it's proven that it works. So just do the same thing. That post that did well, on TikTok, it's at like 1.3 million. I think it hit 1 million on Facebook, and it's like in the 700s on Instagram. That video, someone else did that video first. They did it as a tweet, and it was like, ladies over 200 pounds, these are the things you need to do. I was like, okay, I like that, but I could say it this way. And I took what they said and made it my own, and then I posted it because it did okay for them, but I'm like, let me put my little spin on it. And I posted it and it did well.
No, that's it. I love that you shared that, Jen, because that's exactly how I research and do all my content. I'll find big pages, I'll research on YouTube, I'll look on Facebook, and what's performing well, even TikTok, what's performing well, and then add my own spin, add my own take, add my own perspective, and just make it my own. And that's what anyone who's creating content, it's like you said, and like we said, you don't have to recreate the wheel. What's already has been said is done, it's working, and like success leaves clues. There's that saying too. Like, what's working is already there. Just model it and create your own. Don't copy, just model. So no, thank you so much, Akani, for sharing that. And I want to say, if you can just share with people, where can they find you? If women are looking to drop their next 30 pounds, where can you be found?
Yeah, so how do you connect with me? I always encourage everyone to get into the Facebook group. If you've never interacted with me before, getting into the Facebook group. If you go to Facebook, you can either look up Dr. Salako or just Women Who Mean Business, and the Facebook group should pop up. In there, yesterday, I gave them a challenge for the week. I believe it was 6,000 steps. Do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, get your water in. Simple things to just get you started on your journey. So that's the easiest and first way to connect with me. Hop into the Facebook group. That way we can build a solid community, because once you get in the program, I want you to feel fully supported with the community, and then with our private community that's within the program as well. So that's the first step. After you join the community, we usually reach out to you, but if not, you can reach out via DMs. I see those first. If you comment on Facebook and send a message, Khalees is going to talk to you. So you have options. Facebook, if you want to get to me directly, just shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll take care of you.
Yeah, and even if you're not looking to lose weight, if you are an online business owner or content creator and you're looking to up level your content game, definitely make sure to still follow Akani, because you can just see and just study, like, how is he creating his content? What does his page look like? How is his bio optimized? These are things that you can actually study and take into your own business, and like, okay, and we drop so many gems, y'all. Go back, watch the replay, take some notes, and this is the secret sauce. This is the secret sauce for how you can start creating content that's going to help scale your business consistently, all organically, no paid ads, no cold DMs. There is a specific cadence from the hook to the information to the call to action. You just want to make sure to follow that strategy. So make sure to subscribe and follow. And if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them below in the comments. And I shall see you all in the next live training. Bye, y'all.
Peace.